to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a...
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check. 53.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And this one complete to Smith. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Kill. Hey, kill. 57. Ain't no such thing as a loss. Hey, high 7. 57. Mike, 57.
From the gun, it's Brees. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Brees. And he finds Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Ready?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 43.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. 11. Hey, box drop.
Now Brees. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
You got trip, you got 3.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All day, baby, all day. Mike 51.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
Hey, you got 3 down. Check. Off.
4th down, here's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 24 yards as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
3 down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
21.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ready?
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
We got 3 seconds.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Cameron Jordan just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 93 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. So from back deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also show that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it,
safe.
Be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. That's caught, the tight end Hill. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
You're good. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Here's Breeze to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Matt Judon, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Breeze. And some room to work. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Jackson, this is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. Sammy! Watch here.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's got some space here. Touchdown! Mark Ingram, 66 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Breeze. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
And he's got room. The 20. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 42 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 5 now. Breeze. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Snead's got it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Crash. Check 24, check 24. Shit.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Mike 51, Mike, Trump. Here we go. Hey, Mike 51. Let's go. Go, Mike 51.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. Yeah, they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram with his second touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go!
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Ready? You ready? Hey, we got 3 down.
Breeze now on first down. It's caught. Smith. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
3 down.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Breeze. Again has it complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
You're on an island over there. Still kill. Watch 41. Watch 41. Hey, let's get some penetration. Easy, opposite. Back.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. This is Murray. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go with Kamara, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
He's checking crap.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Let's get it, son. 15 on it, 15 on it, 51. Check.
3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This will be caught once again by Brown. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Rolling to his right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious.